Hello, Mark, Irish Football Fan TV. I'm delighted to be joined by Rianna Jarrett. I suppose, Rianna, just firstly, do you want to tell people why we're here and what you're promoting?
Yeah, so we're just here for the launch of the FAI Summer Soccer Schools along with Intersport Elverys. We're very fortunate to be here and come in and get the kids in, get a couple of photo shoots to promote it before they kick off the start of July. I think the camps are run between July and August throughout Ireland, so yeah.
This isn't your first year promoting. You did last year. Is this your second year in a row, or have you been doing it longer than that?
No, this is my second year, so I'm currently a brand ambassador for Intersport Elvery. So it's nice to come in and kind of do a couple of appearances, and obviously it works out that I'm home during the summer. So it's nice to promote the summer soccer schools. I used to do them when I was younger, and I also used to coach on them when I was in kind of school and college to earn a little bit of money. So it's nice to come and to be able to promote it from a different side as well.
I suppose it's the joy of giving back, and I just saw you there with Chidozi, signing stuff for the kids, and you do realise how much it actually means to the kids growing up because you've been there yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was only saying that obviously as a girl growing up, like we never had access to any of the female players. We kind of didn't even hear or know about them. So I think for us now being international players, it's great that like not only do the kids recognise us, but we get to actually interact with them. Obviously, the last couple of years with COVID, it's been kind of a little bit tricky, but it's great to have the kids in here and both little boys and little girls being able to come in for the day. It's a day out for them and kind of get to look up to kind of a few footballers.
Absolutely. Well, you've touched on there, obviously, females and how much the game has grown. But I just want to come to you first before I get to that. Just what's the update with you? I know you had a knee injury, so what's the update?
So yeah, I had surgery just over 2 weeks ago to fix my meniscus in my left knee. So I'm looking to be out for around up to 12 weeks, I think. But fingers crossed, everything going well. I should be back towards the end of my club pre-season, kind of towards the back end of August, and hopefully won't miss too much of the start of the year. But recovery's going well. Physios are more than happy with the progress so far. They're kind of probably trying to keep me back a little bit, but hopefully we can push on in the next couple of weeks and I can get back on the grass kind of sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I suppose you can take a lot of what's the word, positives from what Van Dijk's done this season. I think he had a meniscus injury, didn't he? And he's came back stronger. And look at the season they're having. But just in regards the Lionesses, how have you got on last season, and how do you see next season going?
So yeah, we finished the year strong. We ended up finishing second behind Liverpool, who got promoted to the WSL. We started this, yeah, a few of the Irish girls, a great Irish contingency there actually. But yeah, we started the season well. We kind of had a little bit of a dip after Christmas, like a lot of other teams did, and Liverpool kind of tipped on. And by the end of it, they were value for their money. They were worthy winners. But luckily, we managed to kind of recover our season a little bit and finish second, which is the highest that the club has ever finished in the championship. We're just looking to kind of build on that for next year. Kind of become maybe a little bit more consistent, a little bit more hard to beat, and hopefully we can challenge for the title, because that was our aim this year. So obviously a little bit disappointed not to push Liverpool kind of closer towards the end, but we're looking to work hard in pre-season, get back on the grass, and hopefully next year come the end of it will be challenging.
Well, hopefully, you're back on your feet and you're banging in the goals for them to promotion. I suppose we'll chat about the Irish national team, the women's national team, and just the progress. Even in the last year has been amazing. I mean, you look at Cadbury's came on board, Sky came on board, then you have like sold out Tallaght Stadium. There's a real buzz around women's football at the moment, and even like myself watching the games, like I do feel like I'm watching the men's team when I'm cheering. I could be at the games or I'm at home if it's an away game, and like when Kate McCabe scored that goal against Sweden, like I was, jumping up and around. But I think that's the buzz, and that's what you want now, isn't it? Like you're looking at it, and now fans are starting to kind of really get on. There's little girls who are looking at yourselves as role models, and as you said, maybe when you were growing up, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I think the buzz around the women's game is unbelievable, and it's great to be a part of it. As I said, when I was growing up, we weren't sure of like whether there was an Irish team. We weren't able to watch them. The games like weren't as kind of advertised as much. And I think that over the last couple of years, the backing that we're getting, the support, the sponsorship that we're getting, I think everywhere throughout the country they're just pushing the game, and that helps us massively. It means that we can just focus on the football side of things, bring our best, make sure that we're performing at the highest level. And I think that if you look at the results that we've had, obviously that Sweden game was amazing. I think everybody was holding their breath when Katie scored that day, and I think that we were value for the point that day. And I think that before we've always spoke about like competing with the bigger teams, but we're putting it up to them. I mean, we went 1-0 up, we came out with the draw, and I think the fact that we're not only taking points off them, but as I said, we're putting it up to them. Sweden are definitely the best team in Europe at the minute, if not in the world, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on in the Euros in a couple of weeks. But I think for us it's just massive. It's great to be able to say that like we're getting more and more fans on the seats in Tala. That you look at the viewings on RTE when we're playing away games, it's just amazing. And I think for us it's the right hype that we need to push us forward, and hopefully over the next 3 games that we can continue to put our best foot forward and qualify for that playoff spot for the World Cup.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's like I think I was down in Cork, and you know, I was trying to find a way of watching the game. Like, I was just like, I have to watch this game because of the importance of it. And traditionally, in the past, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people are like that now, and we just want to see all the different, you know, aspects of Irish football, whether it's the under 21s or the underage teams doing well, right up to the women's team as well, and the men's team. So I think there's a really good kind of period now for Irish football as a whole, and everyone just seems to be getting behind it, because we know previously that hasn't been the case, but now it's kind of getting to a stage where there's a right bit of positivity there. Coming into the Georgia game, you know, later next month, how do you think that's going to go? You know, we beat them comfortably, but then again, sometimes when you can kind of get that bit, what's the word? I wouldn't say arrogant, but you know, confident that you get a victory against them, and sometimes that can go against you. But do you think Vera will be keeping everyone's feet to the ground?
Yeah, obviously it was great to get that result against Sweden, but you're only as big as your next game, and your next game is always your most important. And for us, it is going to be a tricky trip to Georgia. It's not going to be easy going there. Obviously, you have to take the heat, the travel, all that into consideration. And obviously, after scoring the few goals that we did the last day against them, they're going to be out to rectify that. And we know it's going to be a difficult task. It's going to be different to that we faced in Dublin. It's going to be difficult to that we faced since we've played them. But by no means are we going to take anything for granted. We know exactly what we need to do, where we're clear in our focus. Once we get into camp, once the girls get into camp and get the work done, there's going to be no one taking anything for granted. As I said, it's important that we go out there, we get the business done, we get the 3 points, and that'll lead us into the final 2 games then after the summer. But as I said, it's not going to be easy, and we're well aware of that, but we're definitely up for the task, and hopefully we can continue to build that momentum.
Yeah, it seems that Finland game is going to be the real crucial one, but as you say, it's one game at a time, because if you take your eye off the ball, you never know what could happen. But I just think it's brilliant, everything that's going on within women's football now, and the excitement and stuff like that. So I want to wish you the best of luck, and I know you probably won't be involved for the June games, but maybe later on in the campaign you might get to be involved in those games. So I want to wish you the best of luck, and thanks for your time. All right.
Thank you very much.